Thanks, B. So, tonight, ladies, I wanted to chat to you about goals. And I think it's a really good time to talk about it now that we're in the middle of the year. And even if you are fairly new in Arbonne, you might have set yourself some personal goals at the beginning of the year. And I just want you to sit and reflect on where you are because a lot of us get to this point of the year and we either think, we're so far away, I'll revisit these next year. Or I really want to do this. I'm just not sure if I have the energy. And a lot of the time as well, we have gone for goals and we haven't achieved them. And then we think we're a failure. And then we think, right, there's no point going for it because I've set them and it didn't work. And I want you guys to just imagine and understand that they are signals to reflect and adjust. So if you went for a goal at some point and you didn't achieve it, instead of scrapping that goal setting entirely, press pause to ask yourself what's shifting? What have I learned? What still matters? Because this isn't giving up, it's just re strategizing, it's just coming back stronger. So I want you to think about the next 6 months. And I listened to a really good podcast that I shared with my team yesterday. And Maddie and I did this exercise today. And it was really Amy Griffith, love her. And she hadn't, I just happened to go on to her podcast. Oh, she done one recently. And she did one recently, this one that I listened to, and she hadn't done one since May before that. So I was like, oh, that was good timing. And it was all about mid-year goals, setting yourself up, deciding what you want to achieve and what you're willing to do to achieve that. And what she talks about is having quarter goals, having 6 month goals, having yearly goals. But I want to chat about from now to the rest of the year. So in the next 6 months, okay? And we are in an Arbonne business. So obviously, I'd want you to focus on what you want to achieve in your Arbonne business in the next 6 months. But also, what she spoke about, she always had this goal of national vice president, and she achieved that. She said, by achieving national vice president, all my other goals fell into place. I earned more money because I was national vice president. I created incredible habits. So my mindset was strong. I was healthier because I had this vision of what I wanted to achieve, and everything else fell into place. So I want you to think about what your Arbonne goal is for the next 6 months. And it could be a goal that you thought you would be there right now. And that's okay because we just reset and reflect. So we've got our big goal. And then she said, I want you to break it down into 3 stepping stone goals. So, for example, Maddie's goal is area manager. My goal is national vice president. Now, saying that is really scary, but I have to put myself out there for any magic to happen. And so does Maddie. So we sat down today, we're right. Okay, so these are our goals. Let's work backwards. Let's think of 3 stepping stone goals. So I'm going to share with you mine. And if you are going for a particular goal, which I hope you are because you are investing in your time and you're on this call, which is so good, I want you to think about what your stepping stones could be. All right. So say, for example, it is area manager for you by the end of the year. It's regional vice president. What does that look like in the next 6 months? What are some of the things that could be a stepping stone in the next 6 months? So for area manager, one of them could be promoting out 2 district managers. You're going to want a team, right? You're going to want to build a team in the next 6 months, help them become consultants, become a district manager. As a byproduct, you become an area manager. So I'm looking at national vice president. What does that mean? That means one of my stepping stones is going to be my VP bonus, 60,000. That's something that I haven't achieved in a long time. That's definitely a stepping stone towards that. Another one is promote out a regional vice president. If you're on my team, who's that going to be? And that's another stepping stone because these are all pivots that when you achieve them, you're making progress. You're on your way. Yes, B, you wrote that down as well. And then the third stepping stone for me is to become a national vice president is 100,000 club. Because once I achieve that, I know I am knocking on nation's door. So something else as an area manager, if you and you're a district manager, if you haven't achieved your district manager bonus, that could be another stepping stone for you. That you want to be thinking, I don't, because sometimes we can look at the next promotion and we think it's so far away. I don't want you to focus on the end goal. I want you to think of the tangible goals that you can achieve in a smaller amount of time. Because as you do that, everything else will fall into place. Okay, so we've spoken about the three stepping stone goals. I hope, pop your questions in the chat. I'll open up the chat. Yes, B, yes. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. So let's go on to daily action steps. Now, this was a bit more challenging for me, and I might not have got it all right, but I've got 6 points. Maddie's got 6 points. It was really fun to do with her, actually. So I wanted to chat to you about what could those action steps mean for you. So if you're going for area manager and you don't have a team, one of yours should be reaching out to people and having a conversation about the business. Now, if you want to do this in 6 months' time, I'll go through the numbers with you at the end. But you want to be thinking, how much activity do I need to do to create the results that I want? And a lot of the time, we focus on results all the time. And I want us to start focusing on activity because who knows what results we're going to have. But when we focus on activity and what we need to do every single day, that compound effect, the results will come. Caught up with Michelle last week on Friday. It was so nice to catch up with her, and she was sharing a couple of things with me. And she was saying, you know, I'm doing this work here, and it's interesting because I can see results coming from here. I said, that's what happens. You know, you're doing the work, and sometimes you can't see a result in one area of your business, but then someone might message you out of the blue and want to reorder. So it's so, so important to figure out what your action steps should be that will enable you to compoundly, Slight Edge, if you haven't read that book, it's easy to do, it's easy not to do, little things every single day. That compound effect will become the success curve for you. So these are probably very similar. I'll share with you my daily action steps that I am committing to. Very similar to anyone, really. Like we do the same thing, right? We talk to people about the products, we talk to people about the business, we mentor and teach people how to grow a business. And sometimes we can really overcomplicate things because there are so many ways we can do that. And you need to just find what's best for you. And funnily enough, I didn't really realize until I wrote them all down, but a lot of my things marry up with our daily method of success pads. So again, if you don't have one of these, grab one of these, either ask myself or Bianca. Bianca's gone, she's just realized something.
I meant to take them last night and I didn't.
Oh. They're on their way, ladies. They're on their way. So yeah, it married up with the pad, which is so good. So this might give you some ideas for you. So first of all, post on social media. Like recently, if you went onto my social media, it's all about my holiday and loving life. And although I did just post one today, I said to Meg at lunchtime, I said, I'm just going to the car to do a reel. She went, good on you, Mum. So I got no idea what we'll just go with it. And I was talking about, I don't know if I was talking about it on, no, I was talking about, I did a training for Fabs's team on Monday, and it came out recently of because Carly Pinchin did the VP call on Monday, which was incredible. It was like we were just listening to a friend chit chat full of golden nuggets. And one of the things she said was, ask your teams, I'm going to ask you guys, what does success mean to you? What does success look like to you? Because if I said to you, why are you doing this business? What would you love to achieve? What's your ideal day? What's your dream day if you could do anything? I bet there are some things that you have done since you started your business that would be on that success list. Now, for example, for me, over the weekend, one of my best friends, Steph, she said, "Are you able to take Matthew, her son, to an appointment on Monday?" She couldn't get out of work. Her husband works. It's at 8:30. Are you free? Could you do it? Could you just do me a massive favor? Looked in my diary, nothing in there. I was like, of course I will. To me, that is success. That I can help a friend out because I don't have to worry about a 9 to 5. My flexibility is there. So today I did a reel putting on my lip serum in the mirror of the car as if I'm about to go and pick up my friend's son, saying, what does success mean to you? Success means that I can go and help my bestie out and help her because she can't get the day off work. So I just thought I would sort of pivoted, but it sort of ties in with everything by working your business, by stretching yourselves, by reminding yourself why you're doing this business and having 6 month goals and having that focus by achieving district, area, region, nation. What is that going to give you? What is that success going to give you? Because you get to define what that success is. No one else. It might not have anything to do with money. It might be the freedom. It might be being able to say yes or to travel or whatever it is, to help a charity, to help your family. Whatever that is for you, you get to decide. And by focusing on your daily actions every single day will get you closer to your stepping stone goals, which will get you closer to your end of year goals. So post on social media was one of them. 2 business asks a day. I remember I would write 3 business asks and I could never do the 3, or I might do 5 one day, none the next day. I think for me, 2 is tangible, and 2 event asks a day, whether that's online, whether that's a workshop. Every day I want to review my goals, keep them in my mind, keep that focus there. I want to check in with my runners in my business on a daily basis, check in with them. How can I support them? What do they need from me? And then lastly, miracle morning. So I used to get up, rain or shine, 6 in the morning. Sometimes it was 5 in the morning. And I haven't done that for so long. And I had a tizzy this morning, and it reminded me of the winter, cold winter morning, sitting by the fire, doing my miracle morning. And doing this activity, I was like, that's it. I need to start getting back into the miracle morning because that's going to create so many more habits for me. So early sleep for me. I'm going to be getting up at 5 a.m. Monday to Friday. I love my sleep. I will be taking the weekend off. So they're my 6 things. Now, if you are achieving Area Manager by the end of the year, what you want to do is you want to write July, August, September, October, November, December out on a piece of paper. And we should do region as well. And I remember someone taught me years ago that to work out where you need to be, you need to increase your numbers by 20% every month. So Bianca yeah. All right. So we're going to work backwards as an area manager. Let's just work on the basis. We're doing it over 3 months. Just keep it simple, 8, 8, and 8. And remember, guys, only 6 months left of the lower qualifications. So if you're going to promote, this is the year to do it. So December, 8,000, November, 8,000, October, 8,000. Minus your 20%. September, your end of month QV goal would be 6,400. August would be 5,120. And July, this month, you want to be looking at finishing on 4,096. So if you add 20% from July, August, September, you will end up doing 8, 8, 8 in October, November, December. I haven't actually written out the region. I did the nation, which was woo, holy heck. But you can base it off that 32, 32, 32, take away 20% off for September, again in October, again in July, and you'll know what you need for this month. So that's what I took. I don't know if Bianca wants to chime in on any thoughts or um newslings, but that's what I wanted to share with you today because it was a really great exercise to do. It was a really great podcast. I'll pop it in the elite. I love Amy, the way she talks. She had so many great nuggets. Like it was such great podcast. That was just one part, that exercise part. So I'll share it in elite. But yes, B, did you want to share anything?
No, I think I've written so many notes. And I think it's always a wonderful reminder. And it doesn't matter if you've done any form of goal setting before, the ability to, like Bella said, to pivot, to readjust when either you've already reached the goal or you're yet to reach it. Either way, when you reach goals, it's not a destination, it's a stepping stone to another great goal. So no one gets to their goal and goes, all right, well, that's it, I'm done. There's always something more. And so you get there and you go, okay, now what? What's next? Or maybe you've set a goal that you wanted to be something before the 16th of June. Like we're sitting on the 16th day of June and you're not quite where you thought you would be or where you wanted to be.
With July, B.
I said July, Bella. That's what I said. Everyone heard July.
I know you meant July.
My God. It's been a really big day. I've been up since 4, so there you go.
Oh my gosh.
Um, but yeah, I think it's one of those things where, we have a choice, the choice to either beat yourself up over not reaching the goal or to adjust and go, okay, refocus, realign, get back on track. And now what have I got to do? There's always that now what? What's next? What do I need to do? And I think you shared some really, really awesome ways to just take it. What we used to say, eat the frog. That was something that we talked about all the time. And that was always picking that most daunting, biggest task. And for me, it's often those business asks, and doing them first. So, if you are going to embark on your miracle morning, which I miss ours, I think that is such a great idea. And I need to get back into the habit of doing that as well. It's such a fantastic way to have you start your day, but also have the right mindset when you pick up the phone or when you're sending the message. We have a book called, oh gosh, The Ancient Scrolls, Ogmendino. Can't think of what it's actually called. The Greatest Salesman in the World.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
it's
I've got
actually
that.
called.
Mm.
It's
The
probably the
tiny book.
desk. It is tiny. Um, and I literally always have it with me. Anyway, in one of the chapters, he says, I greet this day with love in my heart. And there are parts in that book where he talks about what you need to say to yourself before you have conversations with people, because it's not the words that come out of your mouth, it's the energy that's attached to it that they will feel. And it makes such a big difference in transferring the message that you're sharing. And so I think, all of the things that Bella shared about setting these goals and conversations with, people about the business, event asks daily, check in with your team or your runners, or check in with your PCs. Guys, these are all things that I know you're not doing and I'm not doing as consistently as we should. We need to be doing them consistently in our business, because if we were doing all of those things daily, I can guarantee you your business would look different to the way that it does right now. Just ripped that band-aid off and it hurt a little bit, didn't it? Because the truth hurts. We aren't doing enough of what we know will build this business. I'm not doing enough of what I know will build this business. We have people's lives to change and people's lives to impact. And the only way we can do that is by sharing what we have in the product and what we have in the business. So thank you, Bella, for tonight and for the reminder that it's the little tiny things that make a difference. Eat the frog, do the most scariest thing up front first in the morning, flick that message out. I actually have a message to send, and I'm going to do it as soon as I get off this training session tonight, to a young lady that I met through a friend at a 30th. I was the oldest person there by a country mile. She's young, she's gorgeous, she's a dancer, she's traveled the world. And I'm just going to ask the question, who do you know that you've met on your travels that speaks French or that, is in Canada or whatever? I am going to construct a message and I'm going to copy and paste my screen. No, I'm going to screenshot it once I send it, guys. That's my accountability. I promise I'm going to do it. I'm just going to ask the question so that I can have a conversation with her because she's going to say why. And I'm going to have the ability to say, well, we have a global business and I'm looking to expand outside of Australia. Because that is my goal this year. I would like to build a bigger business in Canada. I would like to build a bigger business in France, like in Europe. I'm saying France because, well, that's just the way I want to build my network of people in Europe. And I'm going to pull my big girl panties up and send that message. So I encourage you to pick someone that you have had on your, shall we say, chicken list and flick a message to them tonight. Or if it's an inappropriate time, like 10 o'clock, don't do it first thing tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, Bella.
My pleasure. Have an amazing rest of the week, ladies. And let us know if we can help in any way. And I will pop that podcast in our elite chat.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah.